The paradox of HTS Damascus, covered in ruins, is now patrolled by HTS fighters. For some Syrians, tired of war, they are liberators who overthrew a brutal regime. The black flag waves, symbolizing hope for some, terror for others. But many only see one dictator replaced by another. HTS, born from Al-Qaeda, forces a radical view and rules with an iron fist. Those who disagree are silenced. Women and activists live in fear. The group seeks international legitimacy, but their repression speaks louder. In Idlib and beyond, the promise of order hides Islamic courts and strict social control. Are they heroes or tyrants? The answer is complicated and painful. Syrians now face an uncertain future, trading one monster for another. The HTS victory raises a question. At what cost did this new order come? The cycle of oppression continues, just with new faces. Syria's future remains haunted by this choice. To understand HTS, we need to go back to the chaos after the 2003 Iraq invasion. Al-Qaeda in Iraq, led by al-Zarqawi, grew in the instability, training a generation of jihadists. Among them was Ahmed al-Sharaa, later known as Abu Muhammad al-Jolani. Jolani fought in Iraq, learned tactics and ideas, and saw a new chance in Syria. With the Arab Spring and Assad's harshness, Jolani was sent to start Jabhat al-Nusra, Al-Qaeda's Syrian branch. Nusra brought order, money, and a global vision to the Syrian conflict. They weren't just rebels, they were strategists, ready to use the chaos. The nightmare of Iraq was happening again in Syria, now with a new name and face. Jolani used Syrian desperation to build a jihadist army. So, the seed planted in Iraq grew in Syrian soil, changing the war's path. Nusra's rise marked the start of a new time of extremism. The cycle of violence got worse, with terrible results. Jabhat al-Nusra won hearts and minds, but always had a hidden agenda. On the battlefield, they were effective. In the cities, they gave out bread and fuel. They became popular, seen as honest and disciplined. But soon they forced their strict version of Islamic law. Music banned, women veiled, public punishments. Their own courts weakened local rule. Rivals and those who disagreed were removed without mercy. The two sides were clear. Protection and repression went hand in hand. Civilians lived between order and fear, negotiating their freedom daily. The safety Nusra brought came at a high price. Freedom from Assad's rule turned into a new kind of oppression. The dream of freedom became more and more distant. The Syrian jihadist scene broke apart with the rise of ISIS. In 2013, Baghdadi tried to merge Nusra with